Hello everyone, Stanley here, and welcome back to another episode of Truly Bedrock Season 2. I hope you're doing very good today and looking forward to our shenanigans. We're going to be starting on our first proper big project of the season, and that is going to be the mass building of our chunk base. And when I say mass building, I mean like a giant 16 by 16 by 70 block tall skyscraper of doom. It's going to completely clash with every other build in the area. It's going to completely stand out like a sore thumb, and it's going to be beautiful in the process of doing so. So we've done basically all of the preparation that we can. As you can see, we've actually cleaned out all the things from the chunk to make building easier. We gathered all the materials, we put everything to the side, and I'm assuming that even though we've done basically all the preparation and all the thinking that we can, something is still going to go massively wrong in this episode. So we'll see how things go. Anyway, we're pretty much ready to go. I got the camera account on as well for a time lapse. We pretty much just need to hop into building. So lucky for us, we're building ourselves a skyscraper, and that means that we don't actually need to convert that much concrete before we start building, because we can just place it in and then kind of just let water flow down it, and that'll convert everything into solid concrete. So we don't need to do a ton of conversion. However, we do need to do a little bit for like the floors and certain areas where gravity blocks are not ideal for building. So I'm going to convert a couple stacks of this stuff, and then what we're going to do is get the foundations of the tower in place, get some pillars in place, and kind of get the skeleton of the build ready to go. And then from there, we can basically just start filling in all of the walls, all the blocks, and then do detailing. And I've thought about this in depth. I pretty much know what I'm doing. It's just like a matter of executing all the steps without completely failing. Yo, concrete's like instant mineable now with efficiency 5 on netherite. Okay. I'm down for this. I actually really like that. Not to mention we don't have to worry about block lag anymore. Okay, this is gonna be even easier than I thought. I'm really looking forward to this now. Even if we mess up and we need to build the entire tower one block over to the side, yeah, tearing it down isn't going to be an issue. That is beautiful. So two things. One, I put a hole in the floor, and it's actually kind of nicer looking. And two, the camera account died for no reason. It fell out of the sky and just splatted. I was trying to keep it on no depths the whole season, but alas, what can you do? It just literally falls out of the sky. Anyway, I got it positioned over a puddle now, so if it falls again, it's just gonna drown. So I guess there's that. I really need to like give it some totems, or I don't know. That was really stupid. Should not have happened. Anyway, I just need to fill in this floor and then we can build up the skeleton. I am liking this so far. We got a little bit of the foundation in place. So the actual skyscraper is going to be facing that direction, but the entrance is going to be in the side. Now, those of you who are very, very keen will notice that this entrance is one block off center from the center of the chunk. This 2 blocks right here is actually the center of the chunk. However, the entrance is the center of the wall, and there's nothing you can do about it. We're just gonna have to live that asymmetry, and it's gonna be fine. Nothing I can do about it. I'm sorry, not redesigning the entire skyscraper. You will survive, although I know it is a painful thing to realize. But yeah, if we fly around a little bit, there's actually a very convenient spot to land right here. Yeah, it's looking pretty alright. There's the camera account bouncing up and down because Bedrock Edition is weird. So now I'm going to go ahead and install the pillars. The pillars aren't actually as straightforward as you might expect because we got some twisty, curvy bits in the top of the skyscraper. But I'm just going to go ahead and throw these things together. Alright, so quite a bit of progress later. Turns out this thing is difficult to build. Why did I put circles into my square building? I will never understand. Well, I guess the point was for it to look cool. Anyway, so we have the base structure of the thing done. Hi, guy. So we got the base like pillars of the base pillars going up the back side as well. And then I've installed the 2 curves on one side. That took so many tries. I don't know why I'm so bad at circles. It's actually fairly simple, and I do understand how circles do, but like circles cannot work for me, so is issue. Anyway, as you can see, I got the two curves right there. I need to connect that pillar to that one, and then of course I need to do that on the other side as well, and then these pillars are going to go up to a very high height. And then, of course, we need to fill in all the walls and stuff, but that is kind of like half of the skeleton done. So let me go ahead and get some more work, and I'll come back to you guys when the rest of the skeleton is completely done. So about 45 minutes later, I believe the entirety of our skeleton is done and ready to go, and look at that. That is looking so nice. Of course, we need to fill in all the walls and all the detail blocks and all the actual detail to the build, but as a skeleton, it's already looking pretty decent, and you can get an idea of how tall it really is. So that is the maximum height of this build. We're also going to put something on top of the building, but that'll come at a later time. And then, of course, we'll have an iron farm up there as well. So it's going to be a wee little bit taller. But yeah, it's looking super good. I'm not sure exactly what these markers represent, but I mean, that does line up at the top of the building. So I guess I did something right at some point in time. And yeah, I am really liking this actually. Having a camera count is actually supremely useful when it comes to double checking all of these angles and all these curves, making sure I don't forget any blocks. Turns out I forgot like a whole lot of blocks, but you can easily check that when you got yourself a camera account that can fly. So that is just the most superb thing there is. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and add the actual like custom detailing that we have inside of these big open rectangles, and then that'll add quite a bit more to the build. A little while later, the main bits of details to fill up those rectangles have been added. As you can see, we've got some like diamond-y shapes. That was supposed to be a circle. Or wait, no, the other side's a circle. That right there is a circle, but it's kind of like a small one, so it's kind of hard to tell. But yeah, just kind of filling up the areas with some shapes so that it looks a little bit nicer, not so square, not so bland, not so plain, giving it some shape and some detail, and just trying to overall make it look a little bit better since we are pretty much daunting the spawn chunk like skyline. That's what we should call this place. We should call this place the Spawn Chunks. Even though Spawn Chunks don't exist on Bedrock Edition, that would still be like a great name for this. Why haven't we done that? Anyway, yeah, it's coming together pretty well. Now what we need to do is we need to invest a billion little slabs and have those go all the way around, and that's going to add a lot more detail to this thing as well. So basically all through here we're going to have little stripes of slabs going all the way around, and then behind that will actually be the layers of cyan glass. And there we are, the skeleton and all the details are finally done on the skyscraper. It is looking so good. I actually am really fond of that. Look at that, it's looking great. Ignore like the bouncing golden chest plate. That's the camera account. But look at that, it looks so good with the sunrise and everything. It actually does add to the area. I was thinking that it would really clash with everything, but it kind of works. It works with the upside down house. It works with the pink unicorn. It works with the cathedral. It works with the Eye of Sauron. And it works with the ball of fish. So I'm pretty happy with it. And now all we need to do is fill in the 30 million billion pieces of glass that go on the inside of this thing. Alright, so after about 4 to 5 hours of building and placing blocks, we finally have ourselves a beautiful skyscraper. Look how good that is. It's so nice. I think it's actually really awesome. Especially now that all the glass is in, it's got that nice tint of blue, it's got the nice highlights, it's got color to it, really makes it pop, really makes it just like work with the build and works with the whole city. Like basically the spawn chunks are becoming its very own city now, and I really like it. It's so cool. We probably could have gone a little bit more crazy because, like, we literally have an Eye of Sauron next to a tree house, so, and a unicorn, and an upside down house, and a Motel 6, and a, like, birdhouse. I mean, we could do just about anything and it would work, but I personally really like this build. I am so happy about it. Please let me know your thoughts and your comments and your ideas and constructive criticism and suggestions about this build in the comment section. I really am interested to hear what you guys got to say about this. I think it's pretty alright. However, I'm not entirely sure how to do the insides, how to do the floors, but we'll figure that out in future episodes because we really need to like fill this thing up with a storage system, different farms, different builds, different redstone contraptions. Gonna put a bouncy castle on the roof because why not? And then the other major thing about this build is that we need to figure out how exactly we're going to do the downstairs of it. So if we go down there, convenient little bubble elevators, you can see that the downstairs is still very, very disgusting and dirty and gross and empty and very bare bones. However, we can do this in a pretty cool style. I think we only got like 3 levels, right? So we got this level, we got this one for the crops, we got this one. Yeah, only 3 underground levels. That's not too bad. That shouldn't be too difficult to, you know, basically decorate. We got the inside of this thing. We can fit at least 4 or 5 floors in this thing. And then we can fit all kinds of different contraptions and builds on those floors. It should be really, really nice. I am so happy about this build. It's been so long since I've done like a big build in survival like this, and I am just super pumped about it. So I know the entire skyscraper is like kind of already built, and we've kind of been doing progress updates as we've been building it. However, I have made a time lapse of this entire thing getting built, and I think it's pretty cool because time lapses are just fun. It's not like a super fancy replay mod time lapse of Doom with all these kinds of fancy camera angles, because we don't have that on Bedrock Edition, but it's still a third-person time-lapse with our camera account, so hopefully you guys do enjoy that. I'm going to throw that up on screen now, and I'll catch you back here in a minute. So hopefully you have enjoyed that time lapse. Time lapses are always super fun to do, and I wish we could do more of them. If only we had the replay mod. I'd be doing them all the time like nobody's business, because time lapses are actually super fun, interesting way to make the videos a little bit more high quality. But I do want to hear from you guys down in the comment section now. What do you think we should put inside of this thing? Are there any details you think we should add to it? Is there anything you think that we should change about it? And how do you think we should go about building the lower levels? Also, if you're like a super fancy builder person and you have like you know, a build that you think I should put in here, then you can like send me screenshots on Twitter or on Discord or whatever you like. But otherwise, that is going to do it for today's episode. I've spent far too long building, and that is just going to be a nice little wrap up for today's episode. So I hope you have enjoyed. Of course, if you have, leave a like on the video. It helps out the video and the channel a ton. If you are new here and you want to see more episodes like this in the future, then make sure to subscribe. And otherwise, I'll see you all down in the comment section and in the next one. Thank you so very much for watching. And then there was silence.